Hi children, good morning. Welcome back to science class. Did you all see your previous video? Have you all enjoyed it? Let's begin our today's class. In previous class we saw transverse section of dicot root and monocot root. Let's see some differences between dicot and monocot root. In monocot root, the xylem is polyarch and in dicot it is tetrarch. Pith is usually large at the center in monocot. Pith is usually absent in dicot root. Metaxylems are circular in shape in monocot root and polygonal in dicot root. There is no secondary growth in monocot root. Secondary growth is present in dicot root. In monocot root, conjunctive tissues are made up of sclerenchyma cells and in dicot it is parenchyma cells. Now let's see the internal structure of dicot stem. This picture reveals the transverse section of dicot stem. A thin layer of dicot stem shows the following structure. The first structure is epidermis. Epidermis is the outermost layer and it is a single layer made up of parenchyma cells. Cuticle is present and the function of epidermis is protection. It protects the plant. The next structure is cortex. Cortex are divided into three divisions and they are hypodermis, middle cortex and inner cortex. The first division is hypodermis. Hypodermis consists of 3 to 6 layers which is made up of collenchyma cells. And the function of hypodermis is it gives mechanical support to the plant. The next division is middle cortex. Middle cortex are made up of few layers of chlorenchyma cells. It helps in preparing food due to the presence of chloroplast. The next one is inner cortex, which is made up of few layers of parenchyma cells. And the function of inner cortex is it helps in exchanging gases and it also helps in storing food which are prepared by the plant. The next structure is endodermis. Endodermis lies inner to the cortex. See, the single layer is endodermis. It is made up of barrel-shaped cells and the cells contain starch grains. So it is also called starch sheath. The next structure is stele. Stele is the central part inner to endodermis and it consists of pericycle, vascular bundle and pith. Pericycle. See, this full structure is stele. The first division in stele is pericycle. Pericycle lies between vascular bundle and endodermis. It is a multilayer zone which is made up of parenchyma and sclerenchyma cells. The next one is vascular bundles. Vascular bundles are conjoined, collateral, endark and open. Vascular bundles are arranged in the form of ring around the pith. The next one is pith. Pith is the large central zone which is made up of parenchyma cells. Next we are going to see internal structure of monocot stem. Example, maize. A thin layer of A thin transverse section of monocot stem shows the following structures. The first structure is epidermis. Epidermis is the outermost layer and it is single layer made up of parenchyma cells. Thick cuticle is present. Multicellular hairs are absent. Stomatas are present, but the stomatas are very less in number. See, we can see there is no hairs. So multicellular hairs are absent, but a thin line that runs above the epidermis, which is called cuticle. The next structure is hypodermis. Hypodermis are made up of few layers of sclerenchyma and chlorenchyma cells. Hypodermis gives mechanical support to the plant. Can you see this blackish layer is called sclerenchyma cells and the green ones are chlorenchyma cells. These two cells makes up hypodermis, which gives mechanical support to the plant. The next structure is ground tissue. Ground tissue lies next to hypodermis and it extends to the center, which is made up of parenchyma cells. Usually ground tissues are differentiated into endodermis, cortex, pericycle and pith. But in monocot stem, it is not differentiated into endodermis, cortex, pericycle and pith. The next structure we are going to see is vascular bundles. Vascular bundles are skull shape scattered in the ground tissue. You can see in this picture, vascular bundles are like skull which is scattered in the ground tissue. And vascular bundles are conjoined, collateral, endarc and closed. Vascular bundle is surrounded by few layers of sclerenchyma cells which are called bundle sheath. Vascular bundles are covered by blackish layer cells and these cells are called sclerenchyma cells, which is called bundle sheath. Vascular bundles consist of xylem and phloem. Xylem consists of protoxylem and metaxylem. We already discussed what are protoxylem and metaxylem in the previous class. These xylem vessels are arranged in VRY shape. You can see in the picture, the pink color circles are xylem. Can you see the arrangement of xylem? It is either in V shape or in Y shape. In mature vascular bundles, the lowermost protoxylem disintegrates and forms a cavity, an empty gap. This gap is called protoxylem lacuna. Can you see below the xylem? A circle, white color circle is called lacuna. Next we are going to see vascular bundle. Vascular bundle consists of xylem and phloem. We saw about xylem. Now about phloem. Phloem consists of C-tube and companion cells. Phloem parenchyma, phloem fibers are absent. The next structure is pith. Pith is not differentiated in monocot stem. Let's see some differences between dicot stem and monocot stem. Hypodermis is made up of chlorenchyma cells in dicot stem and sclerenchyma cell in monocot stem. Ground tissue is differentiated into cortex, endodermis, pericycle and pith in dicot stem. but it is not differentiated in monocot stem. Vascular bundles are less in number, uniform in size, arranged in a ring, open, and bundle sheath is absent. But in monocot, it is numerous, scattered around, closed, and bundle sheath is present. Secondary growth is present in dicot and absent in monocot. Medullary rays are present in dicot and absent in monocot. Let's see the internal structure of dicot or dorsiventral leaf. Dorsiventral leaf means the leaf that has two surfaces. The thin transverse section of dicot leaf shows the following structures. The first structure is upper epidermis. As we know, epidermis is the outermost layer made up of parenchyma cells without intercellular space. You can see here there is no space between the cells. Cuticle is present. Can you see above the upper epidermis a thin line is running which is called cuticle. Stomatas are less in number. The next structure is lower epidermis. It is a single layer of parenchyma cells with thin cuticle. You can see this is lower epidermis and it has a thin cuticle. A line that runs below the lower epidermis is called cuticle. Numerous number of stomatas are present. You can see here on stomata, there on stomata. So numerous number of stomatas are present. Chloroplasts are present only in guard cells. Lower epidermis helps in exchange of gases. Loss of water vapor is felicitated through this chamber. The next structure is mesophile. The tissue present between the upper and lower epidermis is called mesophile. It is differentiated into palisade parenchyma and spongy parenchyma. You can see this is the upper epidermis and this is the lower epidermis, and this full part is called mesophile, which is differentiated into palisade parenchyma and spongy parenchyma. Let's see about palisade parenchyma. Palisade parenchyma is found just below the upper epidermis. You can see. So palisade parenchyma found just below the upper epidermis. See, these are all palisade parenchymas. The cells are elongated. Cells have more number of chloroplasts. Can you see the structure, shape of the cells? They are elongated and there is no intercellular space. They are taking part in photosynthesis. The next structure in mesophile is spongy parenchyma. Spongy parenchyma is found below the palisade parenchyma tissue. We see this is the palisade parenchyma, and below to it these are all spongy parenchymas, which are spherical or oval shape, and they are irregularly arranged with intercellular spaces. You can see the spaces over here. This is a space and these are all spaces. It helps in gaseous exchange. The next structure is vascular bundle. Vascular bundles of midrib is larger. Vascular bundles are conjoined, collateral and closed. Each vascular bundle consists of xylem lying towards the upper epidermis and phloem towards the lower epidermis. You can see here. So these are all the xylem and these are all phloem, which lies below the lower epidermis. Next, we are going to see internal structure of monocot leaf, which is otherwise called isobilateral, which means they cannot be differentiated into palisade and spongy parenchyma. So the first structure is epidermis. You can see two epidermis, upper epidermis and lower epidermis. Cuticle and stomata are present. See, a thick cuticle is present, the grey color portion, and in between you can see stomatas. Some cells of upper epidermis are larger and thin walled, known as bulliform. You can see these cells are little bit bigger. So these are called bulliform cells, which is found in upper epidermis. The next one is mesophyll. It is the ground tissue that is present between both epidermal layers. Mesophyll is not differentiated into palisade and spongy parenchyma. See, the middle region between upper and lower epidermis is called mesophyll, but here in monocot leaf it is not differentiated into palisade and spongy parenchyma. The cells are irregularly arranged with intercellular spaces, and cell contains chloroplast. The next structure is vascular bundles. Large number of vascular bundles are present, some of which are small and some are large. Can you see number of vascular bundles are present? You have 3 vascular bundles in this picture, and some are small, some are large. These are small and this is large one. And vascular bundles are conjoined, collateral and closed. Each bundle is surrounded by a sheath of parenchyma cells. These are parenchyma cells. It's called bundle sheath. Each vascular bundle consists of xylem lying towards the epidermis and phloem towards the lower epidermis. See, this is xylem lies above the upper epidermis, phloem below the lower epidermis. Let's see some differences between dicot leaf and monocot leaf. Dicot leaf, it is dorsiventral leaf. As I said, it has 2 surfaces, the front and back. Monocot, it is isobilateral, which is not differentiated into spongy and palisade parenchyma. Mesophyll is differentiated into palisade and spongy parenchyma in dicot. It is not differentiated into palisade and spongy parenchyma in monocot leaf. That's all about today's class, children. I'll meet you in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye bye. See you.